What if your life were a kingdom, and every second that passes is a piece of land you can never get back? The world teaches us to spend our time, but the Stoics knew a greater secret. You must invest it with discipline to rule the empire of your own mind. Seize your time, master your mind. Stoic Discipline, Inner Power, compiled and published by Stoic ruler. Lesson 1. Embrace the present moment. Imagine a master archer poised to release an arrow. Their mind is not on the arrow they shot a moment ago, nor on the arrow they will shoot next. Their entire being, their breath, their focus, their strength is concentrated into one single point in time. This present moment. The power of the shot is born from this absolute presence. This is the ideal. The inner conflict we face is a mind perpetually at war with the present. We are haunted by the ghosts of our past, our mistakes, our regrets, our missed opportunities. Simultaneously, we are terrorized by the phantoms of our future, our anxieties, our worries, our endless what-if scenarios. We exist everywhere but here, and in every time but now. The fundamental problem with this mental time travel is that it robs you of the only point of power you ever truly have, the present moment. When your mind is lost in the past, you are paralyzed by regret and unable to act. When it is lost in the future, you are crippled by anxiety and fear. In both cases, you are squandering your life force, your attention, on things you cannot control. The past is unchangeable, and the future is a fiction you are writing in your head. This constant distraction makes you ineffective, unfocused, and unhappy. You miss the beauty of the world around you. You fail to truly listen to the people you love. And you cannot bring your full power to bear on the challenges and opportunities that are right in front of you. You are a ghost haunting your own life. The transformative solution is the Stoic practice of embracing the present moment with your full attention and acceptance. It is the conscious decision to call your scattered mind home, to anchor it firmly in the here and now. The core Stoic idea, articulated beautifully by Seneca, is that our entire life is but a series of present moments. To waste the present is to waste our life. The past is but a memory, and the future is but a possibility. Only the present is real. By training your mind to inhabit the present, you are not ignoring the past or the future. You are standing on the only solid ground from which you can learn from the past and wisely build for the future. It is the ultimate act of seizing control over your own consciousness. You can begin to cultivate this powerful presence with two foundational, actionable practices. The first is the sensory anchor. At various points throughout your day, deliberately pause and bring your full attention to your senses for just 60 seconds. What are 5 things you can see right now? What are 4 things you can physically feel? What are 3 things you can hear? Name them. This simple exercise violently yanks your mind out of the abstract world of thought and anchors it in the concrete reality of the present. The second practice is to single task. For the next hour, choose one task and do only that. If you are writing, just write. If you are talking to someone, just talk. Resist the urge to multitask. This trains your mind to give its full, undivided attention to the present reality. The benefits of embracing the present moment are the benefits of truly coming alive. Your anxiety levels will plummet as you stop wasting energy on future scenarios you cannot control. Your effectiveness and the quality of your work will skyrocket as you bring your full, undivided focus to the task at hand. Your relationships will deepen as people feel the powerful gift of your full attention. You will begin to notice the beauty and richness of everyday life that was previously invisible to you. You will feel a profound sense of peace and power, knowing you are living your life where it is actually happening, right here, right now. Your practice for this lesson is to set a random alarm on your phone for 3 times today. When it goes off, stop whatever you are doing and perform the sensory anchor exercise for 1 minute. Embracing the present is the foundation upon which you can build the next crucial skill, an unshakable focus. In our next lesson, we will explore how to forge this focus in a world of endless distraction. If you are ready to seize your time, please like this video. Lesson 2. Build unshakable focus. Imagine a spear, forged by a master craftsman. Its power is not just in its weight, but in the perfect concentration of all its force into a single razor-sharp point. A dull, broad object may have the same mass, but it has no penetrating power. A sharpened spear can pierce through any obstacle. Your attention is this spear. The inner conflict we face is that in a world of constant digital pings, notifications, and endless streams of information, our attention has become dull and scattered. We are like a blacksmith who is constantly hammering his spear, not to sharpen it, but to flatten it out into a useless broad sheet of metal. We have immense potential focus, but we have trained it to be weak. The problem with this scattered focus is that it makes deep, meaningful work impossible. We flit from task to task, email to social media, never staying with one thing long enough to achieve a state of deep concentration or flow. This leads to shallow thinking, mediocre output, and a constant feeling of being busy but not productive. It takes twice as long to complete a task that would have taken half the time with undivided attention. This lack of focus is not just a productivity problem, it's a soul problem. A scattered mind is an anxious and unsatisfied mind. It is incapable of the deep thought required to solve complex problems, to learn difficult skills, or to create anything of lasting value. It is a mind that has surrendered its power to the tyranny of distraction. The transformative solution is to consciously declare war on distraction and begin the disciplined work of sharpening your spear. It is the practice of treating your focus as your most valuable asset and protecting it with fierce intentionality. The core Stoic idea is that our mind is the only thing we truly control. Therefore, the direction of our attention is the most fundamental expression of our will. To allow your attention to be constantly hijacked by external distractions is, in the Stoic view, a form of self-inflicted slavery. To build unshakable focus is to build an unshakable mind, one that can direct its full power to a single point and pierce through any challenge. You can begin to forge this unshakable focus with rigorous, actionable disciplines. The first is to create a distraction-free sanctuary. For a set period each day, even just 60 minutes to start, put your phone in another room, turn off all notifications on your computer, and close all tabs except the one you are working on. This physical act of removing distractions is the first and most critical step. The second practice is time blocking. Instead of a vague to-do list, schedule specific blocks of time in your calendar for your most important tasks. A block from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. labeled Work on Project X is a non-negotiable appointment with your own deep work. During that time, you do nothing else. This trains your brain to associate specific times with intense focus. The benefits of building unshakable focus are the benefits of unlocking your true potential. You will produce work of a quality and quantity you previously thought impossible. You will learn new skills faster and solve problems more creatively. You will experience the deep, satisfying feeling of flow, which is a profound source of happiness. You will feel a powerful sense of control over your own mind and your own life, liberated from the slavery of digital distraction. You will go from being the flattened sheet of metal to the sharpened spear, capable of achieving any target you set your mind to. Your practice for this lesson is to schedule one 60-minute, distraction-free deep work session tomorrow. Honor that appointment as if it were the most important meeting of your day. This unshakable focus is the gateway to a deeper state of being, inner stillness. In our next lesson, we will learn how to cultivate this profound source of peace and power. To continue this journey, please subscribe to the Stoic Ruler channel. Lesson 3. Cultivate inner stillness. Imagine a master gardener walking through a pristine, silent Zen garden. Every rock is perfectly placed, the sand is raked into patterns of serene waves, and the plants are pruned with mindful precision. The garden is a perfect external reflection of the gardener's own mind, ordered, peaceful, and profoundly still. This garden is your inner world. The inner conflict we face is that our inner world is not a Zen garden, but a chaotic, overgrown jungle. Our thoughts are like tangled weeds, our emotions are like unpredictable wild animals, and there is a constant, low-grade hum of anxiety and unrest. We yearn for peace, but we don't know how to tend to our own inner landscape. The problem with this lack of inner stillness is that it becomes the noisy, chaotic foundation for your entire life. All your actions, your decisions, and your words spring from this place of inner turmoil. This is why you feel stressed, reactive, and perpetually exhausted. You are trying to live a calm, purposeful life on top of a foundation of mental chaos. It is an impossible task. This inner noise also prevents you from accessing your own deeper resources. Your intuition, your creativity, and your capacity for profound insight can only be heard in the quiet moments. When your mind is a constant storm of chatter, these deeper signals are completely drowned out. You are cut off from the wisest parts of yourself. The transformative solution is to become the master gardener of your own mind. It is the daily, patient, and loving practice of cultivating inner stillness. It is the art of pulling the weeds of anxious thought, calming the wild animals of your emotions, and creating a space of quiet, ordered beauty within yourself. The core Stoic idea is that a well-ordered mind is the ultimate prize of a philosophical life. The Stoics called this state apatheia, not apathy, but a tranquil state of mind, free from the disturbance of irrational passions. This inner stillness is not a passive state. It is a dynamic, powerful wellspring from which all wise action flows. You can begin to cultivate your inner Zen garden with two foundational practices. The first is a formal stillness practice. This is a daily meditation. For 10 to 15 minutes, sit in a quiet place and focus on the sensation of your breath. When your mind wanders into thought, and it will, thousands of times, your practice is to gently, without judgment, notice that it has wandered, and then calmly escort it back to your breath. Each time you do this, you are performing one repetition of a mental push-up. You are strengthening your attention muscle and teaching your mind that you, not your thoughts, are in charge. The second practice is mindful moments. Throughout your day, inject small moments of mindful awareness. While drinking your morning coffee, just drink the coffee. Feel its warmth, taste its flavor, smell its aroma. Do not think about your to-do list. These small moments are like raking the sand in your Zen garden, bringing order and presence to the mundane. The benefits of cultivating inner stillness are the benefits of coming home to yourself. You will experience a profound reduction in stress and anxiety. Your capacity for focus and creative thought will expand dramatically. You will feel more patient, more compassionate, and less reactive in your interactions with others. You will build an unshakable inner sanctuary, a place of peace you can retreat to regardless of the chaos of the external world. You will become the calm, wise gardener of your own soul. Your practice for this lesson is to commit to a 10-minute stillness practice every day for 1 week. This is the single most powerful habit you can build. This inner stillness is the fertile ground from which true mental toughness grows. In our next lesson, we will explore how to develop this diamond-hard resilience. Let us know in the comments what your biggest obstacle to inner stillness is. Lesson 4. Develop mental toughness. Imagine a diamond, the hardest substance on Earth. It is not born this way. It begins as simple carbon, soft and unremarkable. It is only through being subjected to immense, sustained pressure and heat deep within the earth that it is forged into something unbreakable. The pressure is not its enemy. It is its creator. Your mind is that carbon. The inner conflict we face is our modern world's obsession with comfort and the avoidance of all difficulty. We are taught to see pressure, hardship, and challenges as things to be feared and avoided at all costs. We actively protect our minds from the very pressure that is required to make them strong. The problem with this cult of comfort is that it creates weak, brittle minds. A mind that has been protected from all hardship has no resilience. Like a muscle that is never exercised, it becomes atrophied and soft. When faced with the inevitable and unavoidable adversities of life, a career setback, a health problem, a personal loss, a soft mind shatters. It descends into victimhood, despair, and anxiety because it has never been trained to endure. This avoidance of difficulty, while seeming kind, is actually a great disservice to our potential. It robs us of the opportunity to discover our own strength and to forge the diamond of a mentally tough character. The transformative solution is to fundamentally change your relationship with hardship. It is to learn to see challenges not as threats to your comfort, but as opportunities for your growth. It is the conscious choice to become the carbon that willingly embraces pressure, knowing that this is the only path to becoming a diamond. The core Stoic philosophy is that difficulty is an indispensable training partner for virtue. Seneca wrote that a man who has never faced misfortune is a man to be pitied, for he has never been allowed to know himself. Mental toughness is the resilience, grit, and unwavering character that is forged, one challenge at a time, in the crucible of voluntary and involuntary hardship. You can begin to systematically forge your mental toughness with a deliberate shift in your daily habits. First, you must eat the frog. Each morning, identify the most difficult, most important task on your to-do list, the one you are most likely to procrastinate on. Do that task first. This single habit trains your brain to move toward difficulty rather than away from it, building immense willpower. Second, embrace voluntary discomfort. This can be physical, such as ending your daily shower with 60 seconds of cold water or fasting intermittently. This teaches your body and mind that you can endure discomfort and that your well-being is not dependent on a constant state of pleasure. Third, actively seek out intellectual challenges. Read books that are above your current level. Study a subject that confuses you. This builds the mental grit required to wrestle with complex problems. The benefits of developing mental toughness are the benefits of becoming truly unbreakable. You will develop a deep, quiet confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. The small annoyances and setbacks of daily life will cease to have any power over you. Your capacity for achievement will soar, as you will no longer be deterred by the hard work and perseverance required for success. You will become a person of immense resilience and fortitude, a source of strength for yourself and for those around you. Your practice is to eat the frog every single day for the next week. Do the hard thing first. Feel your mental diamond getting harder with each passing day. Mental toughness is the armor that allows you to master your emotions rather than being a victim of them. In our next lesson, we will explore the art of emotional resilience. If you are committed to forging your inner diamond, share this video. Lesson 5. Master emotional resilience. Imagine a seasoned sailor navigating a small boat through a vast, unpredictable ocean. The sailor cannot control the ocean. Storms will come, waves will rise, and winds will blow. The unskilled sailor panics, fights the waves, and is quickly capsized. The resilient sailor, however, has mastered their craft. They feel the force of the storm, but they are not broken by it. They adjust their sails, steer into the waves, and use their skill and experience to navigate the chaos, knowing that the storm will eventually pass. Their resilience is their seamanship. Your emotional life is this ocean. The inner conflict we face is that we often act like the unskilled sailor. When the storms of difficult emotions, anger, grief, fear, disappointment arrive, we either try to fight them in a futile battle, or we panic and allow ourselves to be capsized by them. The problem is that a lack of emotional resilience makes us fragile and perpetually afraid of our own inner experience. When you fear your own emotions, you begin to construct your life around avoiding them. You avoid difficult conversations to prevent anger. You avoid taking risks to prevent disappointment. You avoid deep connection to prevent the pain of potential loss. Your world becomes smaller and smaller, a tiny, self-imposed prison designed to protect you from your own feelings. This is not a life of freedom or strength. Furthermore, when these emotions inevitably do arrive, you are completely overwhelmed, leading to prolonged periods of suffering, poor decision-making, and a feeling of being a victim to your own heart. The transformative solution is to become the master sailor of your own emotional ocean. It is the practice of developing the skill and courage to navigate the inevitable storms of life with grace, wisdom, and strength. The core Stoic idea is not to eliminate emotion, but to change our relationship to it. A Stoic accepts that pain, grief, and fear are natural parts of the human experience, like storms on the ocean. Resilience is not the absence of these feelings, but the ability to feel them fully without being destroyed by them. It is the ability to acknowledge the wave of emotion, to honor its power, and to skillfully steer your ship through it, all while keeping your eye on your ultimate destination, a life of virtue and purpose. You can begin to build this profound emotional resilience with a few key practices. The first is feeling without fusing. When a difficult emotion arises, instead of resisting it or being consumed by it, practice simply observing it as a physical sensation in your body. Where do you feel the anger? Is it a tightness in your chest, a heat in your face? By shifting your attention to the physical sensation, you detach from the mental story that is fueling the emotion. You feel it without fusing with it. The second practice is temporal reframing. In the midst of the emotional storm, ask yourself, in 1 year will this matter? In 5 years? This simple question provides instant perspective and shrinks the perceived size of the current emotional wave. The benefits of mastering emotional resilience are the benefits of a fearless and expansive life. You will no longer be afraid of your own heart. You will be able to take on greater challenges, love more deeply, and live more courageously, knowing that you have the skill to navigate any emotional storm that comes your way. You will recover from setbacks more quickly. You will develop a deep empathy for the struggles of others, as you will have become a master of your own. You will become the skilled sailor, capable of navigating any sea and reaching any shore. Your practice for this lesson is to take one difficult emotion you are currently experiencing. Close your eyes and for 3 minutes, practice just feeling without fusing. Locate it in your body and just observe it as pure sensation without judgment. This emotional resilience is the key that unlocks your deepest source of strength, your inner power. In our next lesson, we will explore how to harness this power. Subscribe to Stoic Ruler to become the master of your emotional world. Lesson 6. Harness your inner power. Imagine a magnificent, powerful eagle sitting high on a cliff edge. It is not flapping its wings frantically. It is not struggling. It is sitting in a state of quiet, potent stillness, observing the wind currents. It waits patiently, conserving its energy. Then, at the perfect moment, it simply leans forward, spreads its wings, and allows the immense, invisible power of the wind to lift it effortlessly into the sky. It does not create the power, it harnesses it. Within you lies a source of inner power as vast and as real as the wind. The inner conflict we face is that we are often unaware this power exists, or we don't know how to access it. We try to fly by frantically flapping our own wings, exhausting ourselves while remaining stuck on the ground. The problem is that without a connection to this inner power, we are forced to rely on external and therefore unreliable sources of strength. We seek power from our job title, our bank account, our social status, or the approval of others. This makes us perpetually insecure, because all of these external things can be taken away. It leads to a life of striving, competing, and anxiety. We are constantly flapping our wings, trying to generate our own power, which is a stressful and ultimately unsustainable way to live. We feel a deep sense of effort and struggle, yet we never truly soar. The transformative solution is to learn to be the eagle. It is to stop the frantic, external flapping and to turn your attention inward, to learn to feel and harness the immense, quiet power that already exists within you. The core Stoic idea is that true power does not come from controlling things outside of you, but from achieving perfect control over the one thing that is truly yours, your own mind, your own will, your own character. This inner power, this ruling faculty or hegemonicon, is your connection to the rational order of the universe, the Logos. When you align your will with reason and virtue, you are no longer fighting against the current of nature. You are being lifted by it. You can begin to harness this inner power through practices that connect you with your own inner source. The first is the practice of purposeful action. Before you begin any task, from washing the dishes to starting a major project, take a moment to set a clear, virtuous intention. Ask, how can I perform this action with excellence, focus, and integrity? This act of setting an intention infuses even the most mundane task with a sense of purpose and connects you to your inner power. The second practice is contemplation of the sage. When you are faced with a challenge, Take a moment to think of a figure you deeply admire for their wisdom and character. It could be Marcus Aurelius, or a mentor, or an idealized version of your future self. Ask, how would they handle this situation? What inner resources would they draw upon? This connects you to a source of strength beyond your own limited ego. The benefits of harnessing your inner power are the benefits of learning to soar. You will be liberated from the stressful, exhausting pursuit of external power. You will discover a source of energy, resilience, and calm within you that is limitless and can never be taken away. You will begin to move through the world with a new sense of ease and effortlessness, aligned with your own true nature. Your actions will become more potent and effective because they will be backed by this deep, quiet strength. You will become the eagle, patiently waiting on the cliff, confident in the power you hold within. Your practice is to choose one task you will do today. Before you begin, set a clear, virtuous intention for it. Perform the task with that intention in mind. Harnessing your inner power is the goal, but the mechanism that makes it possible is lasting self-discipline. In our final lesson, we will explore how to create this ultimate habit. Lesson 7. Create lasting self-discipline. Imagine a master sculptor who decides to create a magnificent statue. The vision is clear in their mind, but the vision alone is worthless. The masterpiece is not created by the initial burst of inspiration, but by the daily, monotonous, and often unglamorous act of showing up to the studio, picking up the hammer and chisel, and chipping away at the stone, day after day, week after week, year after year. The masterpiece is a monument to the sculptor's discipline. This is the nature of all great achievements. Our inner conflict is that we are in love with the idea of the finished statue, the ideal body, the successful career, the disciplined mind, but we are averse to the daily, repetitive, and often difficult work of the chisel. The problem with this lack of self-discipline is that it is the single greatest obstacle that stands between you and the life you want to live. You know what you need to do. You have the information. But a lack of discipline prevents you from consistently translating your knowledge into action. This creates a painful gap between your aspirations and your reality, a gap that is filled with self-loathing, guilt, and regret. You start to see yourself as a person who is unreliable, who cannot keep promises even to themselves. This erodes your self-respect and creates a learned helplessness, a belief that you are simply incapable of change. Without discipline, all your great visions for your life will remain trapped inside the uncarved stone of your potential. The transformative solution is to see self-discipline not as a punishment, but as the ultimate act of self-love. It is the art of becoming the master sculptor of your own life. The core Stoic idea is that discipline is the very definition of freedom. It is not about restriction. It is about liberation from the tyranny of your own weaker impulses. Every act of discipline is a declaration that your rational, long-term mind is on the throne, not your short-sighted, straighted, pleasure-seeking instincts. Discipline is the engine that converts the fuel of your inner power into real-world action. It is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. You can begin to build this lasting self-discipline with a powerful, systematic approach. First, you must start ridiculously small. Your willpower is a muscle. If you try to lift too much too soon, you will fail. Instead of "I will work out for an hour every day," start with "I will put on my gym clothes and do 5 push-ups every day." Make the initial habit so easy that you cannot say no. Second, you must focus on consistency over intensity. The goal is to never break the chain. It is better to do 5 minutes of your chosen practice every single day than to do 1 hour once a week. Consistency is what builds the habit in your brain. Third, you must forgive yourself for failure and get back on track immediately. You will miss a day. The key is not to let one missed day become 2 and then a week. The disciplined man is not the one who never falls. He is the one who gets up one more time than he falls down. The benefits of creating lasting self-discipline are the benefits of becoming the creator of your own life. You will close the painful gap between your potential and your reality. You will build an unshakable foundation of self-respect and self-trust. You will achieve your long-term goals with a sense of steady, inevitable progress. You will feel a profound sense of power and agency over your own life, knowing that you are the sculptor and you have the skill and the will to create your own masterpiece. Your final practice is to choose one important area of your life. Decide on one ridiculously small, consistent daily action you can take. Then, for the next 30 days, simply do not break the chain. You have journeyed through the 7 pillars of Stoic discipline, from embracing the present moment to forging the lasting habit of self-mastery. This is the path to seizing your time and mastering your mind. It teaches that your life is your ultimate work of art, and discipline is your chisel. Thank you for your time and your dedication with Stoic Ruler. If this journey has provided you with value, please support our mission by liking this video, commenting with your own insights, and subscribing for more wisdom on the path to an unshakable life.